Greetings, Truth Warriors. Welcome back. We're going to talk about this critical issue in America today. Not to alarm anyone, just to urge people to start to grow their own food, start to learn how to tend to a garden, how to be more self-sufficient, right? As the Most High intended, right, with Adam and Eve, tilling the land. And I know there's a lot of crazy stuff on the news, guys. I don't want you guys to be uber stressed out. We just want to be aware and, to motivate each other to take action in our own individual capacity the best way we can, okay? This is an important subject. I don't know if you guys have watched this clip. I'll put it down below. With this interview, and this farmer appeared and was really shedding light on the crisis with the farmers and how much they're going through, and with inflation and everything else. That's why also on my channels I like to also go into the monetary system, how we can deal with a lot of these challenges, right? And with knowledge comes power, of course. And this stems because you're going to see food crisis all over. A lot of people are talking about that. You see the prices at the store. It's disgusting. We already know, right? So a food crisis is coming. Here's how we can help American farmers weather the storm. And it goes into the war in Ukraine is impacting the global food supply and agricultural production in a profound, of course, all these wars, right? They got money for wars but can't feed the poor. We already know that line, right? It's disgusting. So that's why a lot of us are behind the scenes, trying to take the funding away from these jackals back to the people where they can be taken care of with their own assets, because we're sick of bailing out the government and the banks, right? What do we get in return? So it says, together, Russia and Ukraine provide over 30% of the world's wheat supply, just under 30% of the world's barley supplies. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if that has anything to do with what's going on over there. 15% of the global corn supply, and over 70% of the world's sunflower oil. We also can't forget that so far millions of Ukrainian citizens have fled their country and are desperately in need of a stable food supply. So we're going down now. And right here goes sanctions, always, right? Making problems worse, are rightfully closing Russia's trade with the rest of the world. And Russia has simultaneously suspended fertilizer sales, which is one thing that farmer was complaining about in this clip I'm about to show you. Sales to other countries. They currently supply about 14% of the worldwide urea market and 21%, look at that, of the potash market. A significant portion of natural gas, the most expensive part of producing nitrogen, fertilizers, look at that, comes from Russia. For all intents and purposes, the Russian fertilizer market is closed for the foreseeable future. Although American farmers do not buy fertilizer or ingredients from Russia, countries that do will have to stop buying from U.S. suppliers, which will force prices even higher. And right here, very sad. I'll skip a little bit. Actually I won't. All these new challenges come after 2 difficult years for agriculture. Drought has strained food production in many parts of the world. Now, dwindling grain stocks and skyrocketing fertilizer prices are all being dramatically aggravated by the war in Ukraine. There has never been a clearer example of U.S. food security being critical to national security. It is crucial that we as a nation rally our resources to support agricultural production and step into our role as a worldwide food supplier. Yeah, we gotta go back to making food again, guys. Growing these crops however you can, even if it's a small little patch, you know. It is not an overstatement to say we're in the early stages of a global food crisis and that its ripple effect will be felt by U.S. consumers. Right? Say no more, we already know. So I'll let you hear from this gentleman. He said it very eloquently.
The president of the National Black Farmers Association, John Boyd Jr. John, welcome aboard. Thanks for being on the program. More importantly, thank you for what you do. You know, I don't think we give farmers enough credit because everything we buy in our grocery stores, you know, come from farmers and ranchers like yourself, and it's not an easy profession. I understand you may disagree with me politically. That's fine. Take me on any issue you want. But I want to know the challenges that farmers are facing, because not only do you feed this country, you feed the world on top of this country. And we need American farmers to have everything they need to do their great job.
Thanks for having me tonight. Right now we're in a crisis in America as it relates to farmers. We're facing an all-time high in diesel fuel. Here in Virginia, I'm paying $5.63 a gallon for diesel fuel. We're at an all-time high for fertilizer. I'm paying $900 a ton.
See, fertilizer, we were just reading. I'm sorry if there's a lag time when I record with this screen recorder. That's just the case. That's why I like to link the actual video in the description. So if you ever see that with my videos, please look in the description box. I usually just leave the links there also.
$900 a ton for fertilizer, $25,000 fertilizer bill that we're looking at right now. Now is the time for America to come together and support America's farmers. We just provided relief for Ukraine, where we're going to be looking at some losses there in the form of wheat and other commodities, but we just provided Ukraine with $40 billion in aid, and nothing in that spending package for America's farmers.
You hear that? That's why I'm outraged too. $40 billion. Yeah, America needs to come first. Sorry, you got to worry about your own backyard.
So I know Chairman Scott was trying to work across some lines and get some things done. America has to come back together and work together by the same seam that is divided right now. We're divided here in our country on race. We're divided on bitterness and hatred, but, you know.
Yeah, divided on race. I just did a video 2 videos back beating that same drum. And this gentleman, while the Most High sent him, like, I landed on this clip and I watched it and I was like, wow, exactly. They are all about dividing and conquering us. Meanwhile, we're getting jacked from all sides.
Love is always greater than hate. We got to find a way to work together so that we can get something done. In this instance, for America's farmers.
This is where maybe we part ways politically. And there's no hate in my voice here. There's frustration that I'm feeling. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and I believe that's unnecessary. I believe giving up American energy independence was one of the dumbest things this country's ever done. Begging OPEC, begging Iran, begging Venezuela, that doesn't make sense to me. Maybe you agree with that. I don't. Not fixing the supply chain and making sure that we have the fertilizer for hardworking farmers like you is unconscionable to me. You feed the entire country.
Well, you know, farmers are the last on a totem pole as far as getting recognition in this country. You know, we may not need a doctor or or a lawyer today, but every day we need an American farmer in this country to help feed this country. And we don't get the recognition that we need, and at this particular time, we're not getting the support that we need.
He was very right about that. You don't need a doctor and all them other people every day, but you sure got to eat every day.
African American Farmers, the National Black Farmers Association, our members are waiting in for $5 billion in federal aid that we didn't get from last year. It's always the weight gain, but the example that I was making, that we were able to swiftly provide Ukraine with $50 billion, and I'm not against helping that region of the country and the cost of the war and the effects of the war and all of those things. But we have to take care of those at home.
Let me ask you this. I agree with you.
It's American farmers.
I'm an America First guy, so you don't have to convince me. Can I ask you, what do you farm? How many acres do you farm? Tell me a little bit about what you do every day.
Well, I've been farming for 39 years, and I raise corn, wheat, soybeans, 100 head of beef cattle. And I would like to say that I've urged the administration to move swiftly to provide aid to America's farmers. And what I said at the top of the show, we're at a crisis. And when we're in a crisis in America, America always finds a way to rise up over all of the obstacles that's in front of us. And that's what we're going to have to do right now for America's farmers. If we don't do that, and people, have you been to the grocery store lately? I'm going to ask that question. Look at the prices in today's grocery stores.
I go every week.
They're going to continue to rise if we don't fix the problem. We have to be able to get our crops in the ground right now. And what the president was talking about, providing aid for double cropping and federal crop insurance. We've been farming for 39 years. If I have the choice between federal crop insurance and buying seed and fertilizer, I'm going to buy seed and fertilizer every time. Every time, people. Now is the time to move swiftly and to act precisely to get America's farmers the aid that they need and deserve to plant their crops on time. We have a 30-day window of opportunity to plant our crops this year. And anytime after that, any farmer can tell you it's a wish and die and a gamble after that, people. So we need the aid. Many of our black farmers right now don't have farm operating loans in place. And they didn't get the debt relief that we were supposed to get, and USDA is reporting these farmers as delinquent, so they're really struggling getting farm operating money. That's what we need. We as farmers need infrastructure. Corporate 500 companies haven't done enough to help America's farmers. Companies like John Deere, they should be cutting interest rates at this time for farmers. And Cargill, all these companies want to get bigger, but they don't tell us how they're going to help the American farmer here.
And they never will. That's why we got to help ourselves. We've been studying the monetary system. A lot of people have been claiming their bailments, understanding what it's really all about. So I urge you to please at least do a little bit of research into why the money system is the way it is. I mean, we're not even dealing with real money. It's like credits and debits, but that's for another video. But again, it's showing that we have a problem in Houston type of deal, and a lot of people instinctively knew that. But until you know who's pulling the strings and what's going on behind the curtain and actually study every day, a lot of this stuff will not make sense. And a lot of people are going to lose their damn minds. They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose everything because they think they got it all figured out. They think they know, that they're going to be able to play catch up. With all this inflation, you can't possibly have enough jobs to even pay for everything, right? So this is definitely a critical time to learn how to grow your own food and study the monetary system. So we'll keep this short, guys. I have other topics. I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day.